What's up, guys? On the Chinese Azur Wiki, the authors posted a couple of recommended fleets here with the supposed clear rate. I was told that they arrive at the success rate from doing 50 trials. So I was inspired and I thought, I've got some time on my hands. Why don't I try doing 50 runs with my fleet as well? For my 50 runs, I did reduce heavy cruiser reload bonus to 0 though, so that I could use 2 plus 13 Oxytorps on Unzen. Just a reminder, in the versions I posted, I did not touch my heavy cruiser reload bonus and just used weaker auxiliaries for a lower reload. I'll mention it again for the people who are seeing this for the first time though. If you want to adapt my setup for what you have, you want to match the final reload number for the timing, not just the number of bonus reload I'm using. If your Unzen is not Oath, you'll need some reload bonus, and if your Oxytorps are not plus 13, you'll need more Fleet Tech reload bonus to compensate, and so on. The footage of all 50 runs will be linked in the description. For most runs, I quit out only after the boss exploded, but there were some very obvious ones where I closed it with a couple bars remaining. The result was 42 successes and 8 fails, for a success rate of 84%, which is 2 more fails than the Mogador and Unzen fleet that they're recommending. In those 50 runs, my main fleet was not revealed for any airstrikes. I do think that the extra 2 runs my fleet dropped was because it's less consistent, and not solely due to luck and variance. But there is one inconvenience with their fleet that might turn some people away from using it, and that is the fact that carrier reload bonus must be set to 0. For me, I don't think heavy cruiser reload affects much, but having my carrier reload 41 points lower than normal for 3 months straight could make other content a bit more of a chore. Typically, I'll just use weaker auxiliaries on Unzen though, so that I don't even have to lower heavy cruiser reload either. But with that setup, maybe the win rate will drop to 80 to 82%. The overall takeaway here is, the more you're willing to tinker with your fleet type reload, the higher the success rate will be. I've already gone into detail why my fleet is the way it is, and I'll leave a link to that video in the description as well. I'm now equipping the RPG auxiliary on Mogador because the fleet isn't clearing 100% of the time, and when the RPG happens to proc the fleet-wide stat bonus, it pretty much guarantees a clear and reduces the number of failures by a third. Now I'll explain to the best of my understanding why they're using much slower airstrikes and to slightly greater success. The goal of their reload adjustment is to have the second airstrike arrive at exactly 20 seconds remaining in the battle when Taihou does her final summon. Those summons share their damage received with Taihou, increasing the damage of these airstrikes. Additionally, if they're not immediately killed, your Vanguard will waste quite a bit of their damage on the summons as well. And the last airstrike lands comfortably within the final seconds of the fight. I did 3 runs with this fleet, and it worked quite well. It ended up a bit short on the second run because I messed up and put Unzen in the middle rather than the rear, so her torpedoes were launched slightly early on the final salvo, before Mogador's lunge. Don't go assuming that the clear rate is 66.7% because of my 3 runs. I feel like the 2 plus 13 anti-air radars on Mogador is a little bit overkill though. Plus 10 should be fine, and dropping 1 for the RPG auxiliary should in theory reduce the number of failures by a third, increasing the clear rate to 92%, assuming that dropping 1 anti-air radar won't lead to your main fleet being revealed. But I think they insist on using this exact setup. I haven't done enough runs with it, so I won't comment any further. Also, this isn't the best setup available right now either. That should be this setup here with Z52. I'm almost done raising Z52 myself, so I'll be experimenting with her soon. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.